creating a bunch of new, exciting episodes of Celebrity Catwalk, and today is no different. With us is an award-winning designer and truly creative spirit, JoAnna. Her pet couture line is called Rebarkable Wags. We're going to be treated to a fashion show a little bit later on. Yes, I came prepared. But first, we're going to be sitting down with JoAnna to get the inside scoop on Rebarkable Wags. Thanks for being here, JoAnna, the first episode back.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay! Are we all excited?
Oh, excited. We love Celebrity Catwalk.
Of course. Now let's start at the beginning. Are we going to talk about the outfits, or are we going to talk about Rebarkable Wags? Because this right here, who is this, first of all?
This is Chuchi Love.
Chuchi Love.
Hashtag Chuchi My Love. And she is, she's the muse for Rebarkable Wags.
Mm-hmm.
She's a 6-year-old long-haired Chihuahua, blue merle color, and she's a very good girl.
Of course she is. Look at this personality. This is
a
her
good sport. She loves this. She loves it. The fitting is anytime you call me, I'm ready for it, mommy.
So she just lays there and says,
yes.
well, put it on me.
Yes, yes. Rebarkable Wags started, I would say, probably about 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it started at the beginning with Chuchi. I wanted to make some warm stuff to keep her warm in the winter, and then it just started to take off from there, and I just love doing it, making clothes for the doggies. It reminds me of my younger years when I first started sewing.
Aww.
I used to make clothes for my dolls.
Oh my goodness. I think we all kind of were trying to dress our dolls. Maybe we could do this with a skirt and a shirt and all that. Wow.
Yes,
and
yes.
It turned into pet couture?
Well, actually, design has always been my trade. As a young girl at the age of 10, I asked my mother to teach me how to sew because she was making all my clothes. And I wanted
Thank you, Mom.
Yes, and I wanted to learn how to sew. So I learned how to sew at a very early age. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to go into fashion. And then I said, that's so competitive. Mm-hmm. So I went into interior design as an architect, which my mother was also an inspiration for that because she not only sewed, she did everything. I come from a very blessed family of both my parents being creative.
I would say so. So
yes.
There's interior design, there's sewing, and then there's that inner creative spirit. It was fostered from your parents.
Yes, and I used to have a dance team out in Georgia, and I used to do all the set designs as well. So.
Oh my goodness, you are doing it here. How do we even keep up with you?
I love to create. I just love to create. It is, and I've been blessed that I've been able to do that all my life.
You are blessed, this
yes,
is for sure.
Yes.
So you made a splash at the New York Pet Fashion Week on multiple occasions.
Yes.
For those of us who don't know about your incredible designs, why don't you walk us through how you go with your inspiration? I know you said Juji is the muse of all of your fashions, but how else do you kind of navigate the world of inspiration and designs, and how do you put it all together?
Well, it does take, I get the inspiration first, and then I do a lot of research so that I make sure everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm putting into it, it all comes out in the blend of what I want to inspire to the audience. For example, this piece here, the theme was Angels and Demons. And
I remember.
Yes, this was Angels and Demons, and I came up with a theme that I was going to create warrior angels, warrior battle angels, so that they had, there were the battle angels, but they were fighting for the good of mankind. And this inspiration was because of the color is a rose gold. She was the rose gold princess, bringing love into the world. And with that love, she was calling out to her other angels that they would come and help enforce this, like the Avengers.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So she had a whole team of
she did.
rose gold angels behind her?
Yeah, well, she had, she was the rose gold, and then we have another angel who is a copper. And the color copper is for the conductor, and he was the conductor on the vehicle that transported them.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a lot of thought.
Yeah, it takes a lot of research. I do a lot of research because I not only want to just put something pretty, I want it to have a meaning. I want it to really mean something to everybody. And then when you get the full meaning, you actually get the whole picture. So yeah, they were.
The whole picture, and you take it to the next level.
Yes.
How long does it take for a design like this to be constructed, made? Like, what's the process like in terms of?
It all depends. A lot of my pieces are very, very intricate, so they do take time. I have one piece I'm showing today that took several months to make.
Don't tell. Shh. Not yet. We're not ready for that yet.
But yes, they do. This one here, I would say, the cape itself was just thought of to. It was basically her cover up and her flight that would represent the dress that she's wearing underneath.
There's a dress.
So.
Oh. There's
So we have
layers.
the same tool on the dress as we do have on the cape. And I love doing 3D flowers. And
That is
using
incredible.
Swarovski crystals. So, yes. And one of the things that I do, if I can't find it in the color I'm looking, I take out the paint palette and I start painting. I painted her wings. They went from gold to rose gold.
Oh my goodness.
And I painted the flowers. They went from pink to rose gold. So
you have a very hands-on approach and just you customize. It's highly customizable.
Yes.
All of these these designs.
Every detail means something to me, and I'm very detail-oriented.
Okay.
Sometimes too detailed.
No, I mean that's how you get to the bigger pictures.
Yes.
It's the little things,
Yes,
the
it is.
little details.
It is. And then it was fun making some of the masks for the doggies this year. And this one was another one that, and apparently she's very comfortable.
Well, she hasn't moved the whole time.
She's very, very comfortable. Yes, and with the cameras on her, she's like, okay, I'm gonna look pretty.
Wow. So she doesn't get too fussy or anything. She just kind of. Oh, that's a perfect muse.
Yeah,
come to my
really
house.
good. She's very, very, very good.
Because this is very intricate and tulle and sequins and flowers and a headpiece
we
and a
want to
mask.
Make sure she shines, you know. She's coming from the galaxy. She had to shine.
Okay, for the win. So you're also a big proponent of recycling and upcycling.
Yes.
How do you manage with that and new designs and?
It's a lot of fun for me because I'll see something hanging on the rack at a thrift shop or any store, and I usually like to shop at the thrift shops. Been doing it many, many years, and it's funny because I'll see something and I get the vision right there with the piece, or I'll see the piece and I'm like, I really know I can do something with this, and I'll take it home until the vision comes. But I like when the visions come because then when I get home, I immediately start working. Let me cut this and use this and use that.
Well, that's the first step, having the vision.
This came from a dress.
Oh, okay.
This was a dress that was turned into the cape.
Wow.
And the tool that you see on it came from a little girl's dress. So I just take the pieces because I like the color. And I like that this had tiny sequins on it.
Yeah.
So it works well for a dog. And that's what I do. I find it, I take it and home. And this was in my box of remnants to be used until I came up with the vision. And perfect.
Oh, you do that too?
Yes.
I'm like, maybe I can use this piece of fabric for something one day.
Yeah.
I think that was my next question. Do you just find scraps of fabric, or is it just an old dress, or where does it come from?
A lot of the pieces are from my niece donated some dresses to me that she no longer was going to wear. Like I said, thrift shops, I go there to pick up and look for pieces. I like doing the reusing and repurposing. It's true to my brand of being Rebarkable, and that's what makes it so remarkable.
Man, you took my line. How did you know I was going to use that?
It was a no-brainer.
So we know that you're very sustainable, a very sustainable pet.
And I did find a wonderful place this year. It's called Fab Scrap.
Oh, tell them the secrets.
Oh my goodness.
Where?
This place, they have a warehouse. If you volunteer, you can take fabric home with you and you can buy fabric by the pound.
Oh my goodness.
It's a wonderful place that they're recycling fabric. They pick up fabric from the fabric industry that people are already going to throw out. And a lot of designers, they're not using that on their line and they're getting rid of it.
Oh my goodness.
And this stuff was being thrown away.
So much waste.
Yes, and she worked for the sanitation fabrication department and opened up her own business.
Good for
And now
her.
she's selling fabric.
Oh, wow.
I love
that. I love
that. I love it too,
Because the
yes.
fashion industry, they're one of the industries that contributes a lot of environmental waste. And this is an excellent way for them to, for you to upcycle and reuse and reduce a lot of the waste.
So I've gone there and volunteered, and I've gone there and I've shopped, and I went to the little shop store that they have in the city too. And it's just, it's fun. It's fun. But when you're going to go and volunteer, make sure that you're going to go shop in the warehouse.
Bring a big bag?
Bring a big bag and make sure that you're giving yourself a lot of time. Because there's so much.
Oh my goodness.
But there's a lot to go through, and it's worth it because I came home with some really nice pieces.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So for a couple hours, you would sort fabric or just kind of...
We would sort it. That's what we do. The volunteer, and they sort the fabric, and they're putting them in different piles, you know, whether it's the bling stuff, you know, as opposed to the fur stuff. And that's how they do it. And a lot of the fabrics they have there is like yards and yards. So that's separate because it has to go on a bolt. So they have a lot of that. One time I started pulling fabric, and I was like, this just keeps going. It's not ending. I said, you're going to have to cut it by the yard.
By the yard.
Because I can't take this home. But yes, it was fun. Yeah, and that's something I definitely love to share, especially with our other pet fashion designers, because we don't need big pieces.
Just some teeny pieces.
Yeah, small pieces. And they have great stuff. They really do.
So speaking of which, Rebarkable dogs covers dog sizes like Chi-Chu or the bigger dogs?
Mostly smaller dogs. I like to stay in the line of the small dogs, but I have fun doing the bigger dogs because sometimes I need a showpiece. And if I'm going to show, let me show enough. And sometimes I like to show a lot. And that's when I like to use a bigger dog, when I have a showpiece.
Okay.
So she goes on the side. She doesn't mind as long as she's sitting on my lap.
As long as she gets to kind of, you know, give her approval on the side.
Yes. And she'll approve the piece too. Anything I'm working on, she always has to lay on it and say, I've been there.
As long as she's comfortable, we know it's a good one.
Yes.
So you also have strong ties to Costa Rica, and you have some fashion projects going on there?
Yes, I have a nonprofit organization called Por Amor. Por Amor is a designer showcase, and what I'm doing with Por Amor is I'm choosing students that are design students and giving them an opportunity to put their designs on the runway before they're even out of school.
Whoa.
Yes, I'm working with high school students is what I like to do, and some college students. Out in Costa Rica, there's not too many fashion schools, but I'm working with them to get their designs on the runway, and I'm doing this, whereas they would design the mommy and me, or Papi and me outfit, and pet fashion designers that are part of our dog community would coordinate a design with the dogs so that everybody looks good and they coordinate on the runway. And it's an opportunity to bring the pet fashion designers together in one accord, and have the opportunity to show your piece as it matches with the mommy or the puppy. And I'm having fun doing that. So we're going to start that first time here with Celebrity Catwalk.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Yay!
Yes, so I'm looking forward to that and bringing that to Celebrity Catwalk.
So how do the students end up in the program? Do they sign up, or is it a scholarship? Or?
They sign up, and I'm trying to work with several schools. I'm reaching out to them and being very careful, because a lot of times when you bring this out there, they say, no, 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 and then before you know it, they're doing it. And I'm like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
So I have to be really careful about that. But yes, just as they would sign up, if they want to, they can, and their name is presented on the catwalk, and their designs are coordinated with the doggies, so there's lots of photos. And
yeah, that's incredible publicity.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
and
my
I
goodness.
think it's really a fun thing for them.
Oh, sure.
And then I'm hoping that some of the students may be interested in learning how to do some pet design too. So they can create their own mommy and me pet designs on their own and take it from there. My goal is really, I love doing this. I love the charity, and I love helping the animals. And Por Amor not only helps rescue animals or shelters, but we're reaching out and helping the children in Costa Rica. Because a lot of the children out there, they go to school School is free, public school, but they must wear a uniform. Some families can't afford that. So,
Oh my goodness.
so we buy the school uniforms and then we recycle them.
Of course. There's no other way around that.
That's right, yes, yes. So that's where I am with Paul Amore and taking the next step to do that. But still doing this because this is so much fun.
So do they know much about Pet Couture in Costa Rica? Like how many students have come to you and said, wow, I would love to?
It's not that popular. It's very popular among the higher society because they do swaddle their pooches.
Yes.
But on an everyday basis, when I first did a pet fashion show out there, people were like, wow, I can't believe this. It was fun. So going back and doing it on a yearly basis would be a wonderful thing because I really want to get some more, getting people more involved in doing this and helping rescues because I know that it's out there and they're doing that, but it's not on the level like it is here. So
Oh, definitely not.
I'm hoping Celebrity Catwalk will catch on.
We will. So Chuchi rides on the plane like this?
No, not with the costumes, but she does go on the plane and sits on my lap, and she's very happy with that.
How do you balance your everyday life with Pour Amour and the Pet Couture here, in Rebarkable Wags here in America? How do you balance, and then your wife and a mom, how does that?
Well, the only mom I am too is this one here. My son is big enough,
Pet mom.
I'm mom when he wants to come over and do his laundry, which I don't do for him. He does it himself. But no, I work at home, so that's good. So I'm home doing what I need to do, and she's no fuss for me. She's very well behaved, so it's easy with her. It's just a matter of, I think the only thing that gets pretty crazy is all the different events.
Tell us about those events.
Oh my goodness, this is October, so everywhere you go, there's like Halloween this and Halloween that, and it's like I can't do this. And then Chuchi is also a member of the Pup Scouts.
Oh.
So we have a lot of events with the Pup Scouts.
Oh my goodness.
And
so your schedule is jam-packed year-round or from like October
it's
to?
It's year-round, really. It really is year-round. The Pup Scouts keep us busy. The different fashion shows round the states. We're going out to Tennessee for another fashion show. We were in Washington for a fashion show not too long ago.
Oh my goodness.
So there's lots of fashion shows. So I also, I go to a lot of the fashion shows with other pet fashion designers to be a support for them because I do love their stuff and I know how hard we work to do the things that we do.
It's a lot of work.
Yes, it is. It is. And
I mean, just you telling me how you created this garment, this costume for Chichu, I'm thinking, wow, how much time did that take? And then there's multiple like those, so it's very time intensive.
This was for the New York Pet Fashion Show this year, and I had 7 dogs on the runway.
7?
7 designs on the runway, so it was great. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I know that you'll be seeing a lot more today of what you saw, what we had on the runway at the Pet Fashion Show, as well as some of my, I would say, my favorite pieces in my collection.
Okay, so you want to talk about your favorite piece?
Oh gosh, I can't say I have one favorite piece.
Okay, top 3.
My top 3 would be, I guess my top 3, you're going to see them today.
Okay. See, I don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah, this happens to be one of the top 3. I would say top 4 because I'm saving one of the best ones for last.
Spoken like a true creative. What's the event that you find like most exciting? The events that you look forward to throughout the year?
I think I'm excited when I hear the theme. That's what excites me.
Okay.
Because as a child growing up, there's certain things that I just have a passion for. And Victorian era was one of them. I just love Victorian gowns and dresses, anything that's in that Victorian era.
Oh my goodness.
So when the Age of Enlightenment ball came around, I was like, I'm on that one. There's a new theme there's a theme for a show in Tennessee. It's called The Enchanted Forest. And it's very whimsical, enchanted. And I was like, oh, I like that too. So yeah, that excited me. So that's what I look for. I basically, if the theme just speaks to me and I'm like, oh, the wheels start turning, the creative starts booming. Yes, I'm fun with that.
Okay. So what's next for Rebarkable Wags?
I guess what's next for Rebarkable Wags is coming up with my next spring line.
Because you're doing fall, spring.
Actually, no, because I do a lot of spend a lot of time in Costa Rica, I really focus on spring and summer.
Oh.
Because it works
The
here
weather.
and it works there.
Yes, yes.
But I am excited about the holiday collection that I'm bringing to Celebrity Catwalk this year. So that's Christmassy, so it's fun. A lot of the red and the greens. And then Paul Amour is also being featured in Celebrity Catwalk this December. So it's a separate exclusive runway with 6 pet fashion designers and 1 human designer.
Wow.
And that theme is called Evergreen. And I chose Evergreen because I love the evergreen tree because it's always green. So it shelters all the beautiful living creatures all year round. And in the winter when it's the coldest and they're blocked from the wind and the snow. That's
Oh my goodness, that's like a fairy tale. I was lost just now. I was thinking the evergreens and the snow, and it's beautiful and warm.
And think about it, it's the only trees that really give shelter to the animals in the winter. So it really is special.
Well, they don't get much snow in Costa Rica, right?
No snow at all. So no, and it's only green in that season. Otherwise, it's brown.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, JoAnna. We're absolutely looking forward to having you on for Pause in the City. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. And yes, we're great support. Thank you, Celebrity Catwalk, for all that you do.
And thank you, Chichu. Tell our viewers where we can find you on social media.
I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. And I do have a website, Rebarkable Wags, Inc.
And also, if you're watching us here on MNN, not MMM. If you're watching us here on MNN, thank you for watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for watching. And remember to subscribe. Hit the little bell in the upper right-hand corner of your screen so you are up to speed with our latest episodes. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of Celebrity Catwalk. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I couldn't let JoAnna go until she told us about her favorite piece. Take it away, JoAnna.
Oh, goodness. This is my most favorite piece that I've ever created. There's so much detail to this one particular piece. This piece was designed and created for an Age of Enlightenment ball with G Girl Productions. And as you can see, the theme for it goes very well with my selection of choices. I chose the brocade fabric, which is true to the era. And everything that I did was really wanted to keep true to the era. Everything was they wore layers back in those days and a lot of detail. And I mean, too much was not enough back in the day. So
they were heavy too.
Yes, they were because this is 4 pieces.
Wow.
5 pieces if you want to say that. I have here's the underskirt, which is a French lace, and then that has its own lining, which is a more ombre lame. And then I lined it, like I said, I love to use mesh over my fabrics because it's an ombre. It goes from a gold all the way to a rose. And then again, we have our can. Okay, and then we have our slip, and again another layer of the mesh.
Wow.
Yes.
Does it come with a matching corset? I can't imagine wearing all of this and
yes.
not being...
And then here we've got, this is 3 sections in the front, whereas the blouse even has a Swarovski on the sleeves. This is a little blouse with the French lace on the sleeves. And all these stones sewed in by hand. The trimming on this one's because I've done some interior design work, I am fascinated with upholstery trimmings as well. So this is an upholstery trimming. And the reason I chose it is because it had empty space in the middle for me to put stones in.
Oh.
Yes, it was perfect for that stone. And then I use it again on the belt. And then the belt, as you can see, has got a lot of the gold. And I stayed true to the colors. We've got the pink and we've got the green.
Ooh.
And as you can see, this is lace on top of lace with applique, and I have my mesh underneath it with another tulle on top of it, and a lot of jewelry. I mean, not only were a lot of stones, but also these are jewelry pieces. So I had to really think. And then I also, on this piece, as you can see, this one particular piece, to keep that shape and that form that I wanted to present, outlining it and making sure all the trimming is on the edge, all sewn by hand. And I also have hand embroidery on here. I did a little French knots, hand embroidery, and over here.
What's a French knot?
This is what you call a French knot. It's a little embroidery. It almost looks like a little rosebud. It's a knot. It's called a French knot.
I learned something today.
Yes. So, and that's what this was. And a lot, again, I love the 3D flowers. And this yellow ribbon on it is very, very meaningful to me. My mother one time has said, I got a surprise for you, and she gave me this huge bag of all this vintage lace and ribbons.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, it's like, wow. And this was, I mean, this is the only piece, and there was no more pieces. This was just a tiny little piece, and it was just perfect for this dress, to just add a touch of the gold.
So there's a lot of sentimental value to this.
Yes, and sewing this piece, my mom has passed on 11 years, 12 years now, but when I sit and I do hand sewing, she's with me. And it just feels so good.
Yeah.
It feels really, really good. It's like it's tears, but it's tears of joy. And I'm like, gosh, Mom, thank you so much. You taught me so much. And my mother was the one that taught me how to take lace and turn it into a garment. And my mother, when she would make the lace dresses, and she also taught me how to match your laces so you don't see no seam.
Thanks, Mom.
Yes.
Wow,
So
thank you, Mom. And thank you, JoAnna.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you had an opportunity to tell us so much about this costume piece. What are you going to do with this?
And this costume piece, actually, this can be worn without the skirt.
Of course. There has to be a two-piece.
Yes. So that's a real pretty little dress without the skirt. And
I wish your pups dressed like this in the Victorian age.
Oh my goodness!
Wouldn't that have been cool?
I would always tell my mother. I said, Mom, how come I wasn't born back then? I would have loved to wear all those dresses.
That would be a dream come true.
Yes, and Shirley Temple. Oh my goodness, my mother. I had all her dresses.
Oh my goodness!
I had all her dresses.
Well, it was a dream come true. You being here with us.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of our viewers.
Thank you
for watching Celebrity Catwalk. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
Like us on Facebook. And JoAnna will see you at our next event, Pause in the City. Yes.
Yes.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.